After I gave a kind of guide in part 1 on how to understand the Trinity, in today's video I want to explain to you how the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are connected. And I want to do this with another example from the church father Ephraim the Syrian. Imagine the sun high up in the sky. Without it, there would be no life on earth. In the same way, God the Father is in heaven, the source of all life. Without him, nothing would exist. But the sun does not simply remain up in the sky. When it wants to act, it sends out its rays. These go out from it, travel invisibly through space until they finally reach the earth. In the same way, when God the Father acts, he sends the Holy Spirit. The Spirit proceeds from the Father, unseen, powerful, alive like the rays of the sun. Now comes the crucial point. When the invisible rays of the sun reach the earth, they produce visible light. Only then do we see what was previously invisible. And in the same way, when the invisible Holy Spirit came to earth, the Son became human. Note, the Holy Spirit did not create him. Jesus Christ did not come into existence at some later point. He has always existed before all time because the Son and the Holy Spirit have their origin in the Father, not in a temporal sense, but eternally. This means the Father did not exist first and then later add the Son or the Spirit. No, just like with the sun, as soon as it exists, so do the rays and the light. You cannot separate the sun, its rays, and its light from one another. They are inseparably connected. That's why Jesus says in John 8:12, "I am the light of the world." This is no coincidence because just as both the light and the rays come from the sun, so do the Son and the Holy Spirit proceed from the Father in different ways, but from one and the same divine source. The three share the same divine nature. So, the Son corresponds to the Father and the rays correspond to the Spirit. The light that we see corresponds to the sun, the visible presence of God in the world. And yet it is one and the same light. One origin, three forms of expression, three persons, one divine being. St. Augustine once said, "The Trinity is like the sea. A small child can play at the edge in the sand, splash around and be happy. But if you swim out too far, you drown." That is how the doctrine of the Trinity is. Deep, mysterious, and difficult to grasp. That is why we should stay on the shore where God has revealed enough for us to understand. Clearly, anyone who claims to be able to comprehend God in his infinite greatness will fail. Whoever denies the Trinity misunderstands the nature of God and thus God himself. In the upcoming videos, I will take you on a journey through the Bible. From the very first pages of the Old Testament to the New Testament, I will show you how God reveals himself in his Trinity through the words of the prophets, the testimonies of the apostles, and the statements of Jesus himself. Stay tuned,